We've been learning about circles this week. We've already done circumference, and today we are going to be learning about area. Area is all this space inside the circle, and we're going to figure out how to calculate that using some equations. When you want to find the area of a circle, there's a special equation that you're going to use. The equation is area equals pi r squared. Sometimes people get this exponent right here a little bit confused and they just do radius times 2. But that's not actually what it means. So when I figure the area of a circle, I like to write it this way. Pi times radius times radius. The reason I like to do that is because I know I need to do the radius times itself, not times 2. So you might consider doing that also when you're working out these problems. On your notes page, this is example 1. You have a circle, and right now it is labeled from the center out to the edge. That is called the radius. And if you think back to the last page, it said to find area, you should use this equation. Pi r squared. Again, I don't like to write it that way because sometimes people get messed up on the r squared. So I'm going to write it the way I like to. Area equals pi times r, or radius times radius. When we look at our example, the radius of the circle is 6. So I'm going to fill that in my equation where these letter r's are. Everyone should by now remember the number that represents pi, 3.14. And if I multiply all of that together, it will tell me the area or space inside the circle. For me, it's easier to just go ahead and multiply these two numbers because I can do that in my brain. 6 times 6 is 36. And then I'm still going to have to multiply that with 3.14. So now the only question I actually need to work out is 36 times 3.14. I have no idea what that is in my brain, so I'm going to have to work that out over here on the side. 3.14 times 36. Please make sure you're writing all of this down because it will help you to do your homework. Remember, before you get ready to multiply with the 3, going to cross out that 6 and put in a placeholder 0. Now I'm going to add all these numbers together. The answer is not just 11304 or 11,304. Remember, we have to go back and put that decimal in the space where it belongs. When we look over here at this question that we were solving, there's a 1 and a 4 behind the decimal. That means when we write down our final answer, A equals 11304, I need to start at the end of the number, move the decimal back twice. So now my answer is 113.04. I'm going to shrink this just a little bit. When you're finding area, you always have to put a certain label on the end of your answer. So the final answer, complete with how many units, is 113.04. If you look back to your circle, it's measuring in meters. So I'm going to put meters. And the last thing you need to put is a little exponent of 2. 113.04 square meters. This would be your final answer for example 1. Example 2 now says we are going to find the area of a circle if we know the diameter. So remember from earlier this week, diameter is the number that goes all the way across the circle. If you have the diameter, we really don't want that. We only want halfway across the circle. So you need to divide your diameter by 2. Divide the diameter by 2. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. So really, I'm going to be working with the number 4. The equation we said to use is pi. Area is pi r squared. If you like to use the exponent, that's fine. I prefer to write it out. Area equals pi times r times r. And again, I'm going to look back at my question. R only goes halfway across the circle, so halfway is 4. I'm going to use 4 in my equation. Now it should say A equals 3.14 times 4 times 4. And again, I'm using 4 because 4 is the distance halfway across the circle. I can go ahead and multiply 4 times 4 in my head because that's pretty easy. 4 times 4 is 16. Now I just need to multiply that number times 3.14 and it will give me the area of the circle when I'm finished. Just like last time, I do not know this answer in my brain, 3.14 times 16, so I'm going to have to work it out. 3.14 times 16. I'm going to multiply this all the way out. I'm going to mark out the 6 because I'm done with it. I'm going to put in my placeholder 0. Last but not least, I'm going to add this all together. And to finish this answer, we have to put our decimal point in. So we want to look back at our question. The 1 and the 4 are the numbers behind the decimal. So to finish up this question, I'm going to say A equals 5024. I'm going to move the decimal point back 2 times. So my final answer is going to be 50.24. Look back at your problem. We are using feet to measure this circle. So I am going to put feet with a little exponent of 2 for feet squared. Final answer for example 2, 50.24 square feet. Congratulations, you guys are now done. Whoop, 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 whoop. And you can download your homework from the teacher page. Good luck. Have an awesome hump day. Hump day.